In a world that never stops speaking, silence becomes a powerful rebellion. Every second there is noise, opinions, notifications, expectations, distractions. Everyone wants to be heard, to be seen, to be validated. But true power lies not in how loudly you shout, but in how deeply you listen, in how completely you understand your own voice when the rest of the world goes quiet. There is an immeasurable strength in silence. It is not weakness, it is not absence, it is focus. It is discipline. It is peace forged in the furnace of chaos. We live in a time where success is often equated with visibility. If you're not posting, if you're not sharing, if you're not being seen, then you must not be doing anything. But that is a lie. Some of the most powerful transformations happen in private. Some of the most extraordinary people are the ones you never hear about because they are too busy building, growing, becoming. They let their actions speak. They let results make the noise. There is something sacred about working in silence. When you don't need applause to validate your path, when you don't need an audience to feel worthy, you are free. Free to focus, free to grow, free to fail without judgment and rise without expectation. Silence is where you meet yourself. Not the version that pleases others or the version shaped by social approval, but the real you. The one who sits quietly with your fears, your dreams, your doubts, your power. In that space, there are no masks, only truth. And it is in truth that strength is born. When you sit in silence, you begin to hear what truly matters. You begin to notice what you've been running from. You begin to feel what you've been numbing. It is uncomfortable at first, yes, because silence holds up a mirror, but it is also healing, because when you finally see yourself, you can finally change. You can finally grow. The world will tell you to speak up, to make noise, to stay relevant. But sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is to be still, to turn inward, to focus all your energy not on proving yourself, but on improving yourself. Inner strength is not about being hard, it's about being whole. It's about knowing who you are so deeply that no one can shake you, so deeply that when the world doubts you, you don't crumble. You remain rooted, grounded, focused. You don't need to respond to every insult. You don't need to defend every move. Silence can be your greatest power, not because you have nothing to say, but because you choose not to waste energy on things beneath you. Inner strength is built in the moments no one sees. It's in the early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices made behind the curtain. It's in the discipline to show up when no one is watching, to work when no one is clapping, to believe when no one else does. That is what separates the average from the exceptional, not talent, not luck, but the ability to keep going in silence, to trust the process, to trust yourself, to move forward without needing approval, applause, or attention. When you live with inner strength, your peace cannot be stolen, because it doesn't come from outside, it comes from within. It doesn't depend on the mood of the day or the opinion of others. It is constant, steady, unshakable. You begin to realize that you don't have to chase success. You attract it by the person you become. And the person you become is shaped in silence, in stillness, in the decision to keep going even when it's hard, even when it's lonely, especially when it's lonely. You must understand, silence is not passive. It is powerful. It is strategic. It is focused. It is saying, I'm not distracted. I'm not desperate. I'm not performing. It is saying, I'm working. I'm growing. I'm becoming. And when the time is right, the world will see what you've been building, but not before, because not everything deserves to be seen while it's in progress. Some things need to be protected. Some dreams are too fragile to be shared too soon. Keep them close. Nurture them. Grow them in silence. Let them bloom in strength. Inner strength is not loud. It is not flashy. It is not interested in proving. It simply is. It's the quiet confidence that you are enough, that you are capable, that you are ready. Even when you feel fear, even when you face failure, inner strength doesn't mean you never break. It means you bend without shattering. It means you fall without giving up. It means you cry and then rise. And every time you rise stronger. There is a storm inside you, but there is also calm. There is chaos, but there is clarity. There is pain, but there is power. And all of it lives within you. You don't need the world to give you permission. You don't need the world to understand. All you need is to know yourself, to trust yourself, to keep moving forward even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because that is where strength is built, not in the moments of applause, but in the moments of silence. So embrace it, embrace the stillness, embrace the quiet, embrace the journey no one else sees. That is where you find your edge, that is where you find your fire, that is where you find you. And once you've found you, truly found you, nothing can stop you, because the world may shake, people may come and go, success may rise and fall, but you, rooted in silence, strong in self, will remain. And from that place you will build, you will create, you will rise. And when you speak, the world will listen, not because you shouted, but because your silence spoke first.